Welcome to Lesson 8 of the Wolfram course, Introduction to Partial Differential Equations. This lesson will provide information about the heat equation. You will learn about the heat equation, its history, derivation, and different forms. The heat equation is a key PDE that models the diffusion of heat in a region over time. This equation plays an essential role in physics, engineering, and mathematics, as it models the temperature distribution in a given material or space. The heat equation is not just limited to the study of heat transfer, it also has broad applications in areas such as financial mathematics, image processing, and the analysis of diffusion processes in biology and chemistry. At its core, the heat equation represents the principle of energy conservation in mathematical form. It describes how heat energy is transferred within a material due to temperature gradients, reflecting the principle that heat moves from hot regions to cooler ones. The development of the heat equation is deeply intertwined with the history of thermodynamics and mathematical analysis. The equation was first introduced by the early 1800s by Joseph Fourier. In his work, The Analytical Theory of Heat, published in 1822, Fourier introduced the idea that heat conduction could be modeled using a differential equation. Fourier's work laid the foundation for the mathematical study of heat transfer, and the equation he derived is now known as the Fourier heat equation. Fourier's approach was revolutionary because it introduced the concept of representing temperature distribution as a function of both time and space, which could be analyzed using calculus techniques. Fourier also developed the method of separation of variables and the Fourier series, tools that have become essential in solving PDEs, including the heat equation. Understanding the heat equation involves delving into its derivation, solution methods, and the physical interpretation of its results. This lesson will guide you through these aspects. To derive the heat equation in one dimension, let's consider a thin rod of uniform section and material to be considered as one-dimensional. Fourier's law states that in an isotropic medium, the heat flux through surface is proportional to the negative of the temperature gradient across that surface, so we can write Q equal to minus K dt over dx. Let capital Qxt be the heat energy or internal energy per unit volume of the rod at each point and time. The rate of internal energy change per unit volume in the material is directly related to the rate at which its temperature changes. So we can write dq over dt is equal to C rho dt over dt, where C is the heat capacity and rho is the density of the material. By using the conservation of energy on a small segment of the medium centered at x, it follows that the local rate of heat change is given by the spatial derivative of the heat flux, representing the imbalance of heat entering and leaving the element. So we can write dq over dt equal to minus dq over dx. From the equations 1, 2, and 3, it follows that the first order partial derivative of temperature with respect to time is equal to K over C rho multiplied by second order partial derivative of temperature with respect to x, which is the heat equation in one dimension. The most general form of the heat equation is presented here. This equation is a PDE that describes how thermal energy is transported over time in a medium with density rho and specific heat capacity Cp. Besides the time derivative part, this PDE also contains several other terms. The most important one is the diffusive term presented here with thermal conductivity K. In principle, the thermal conductivity may be a function of the temperature, and this will result in a nonlinear heat equation. The next term is convective term with flow velocity V for modeling internal heat convection. This term appears only if the medium permits internal heat flow. If the considered medium is a solid, then this term is 0. Finally, the term Q denotes a heat source in the domain. If the considered medium is a solid and uniform with constant thermal conductivity K, and there aren't any heat sources in the system, then the heat equation can be represented in following simpler form, where the positive coefficient alpha is called the thermal diffusivity of the medium, and nabla square is the Laplacian operator. Usually, in physics and engineering, a Cartesian coordinate system can be used where the temperature is a function of space coordinates x, y, and z, and time t. Then we can say that temperature T is a solution of the heat equation if it satisfies the following equation, which models heat flow in homogeneous and isotropic medium. As an example, let's consider following one-dimensional heat equation with initial condition ux0 equal to sine x and homogeneous boundary conditions u0t equal to u1t equal to 0. We can use dissolve to solve this initial value boundary value problem in Wolfram language, and as you can see, the solution contains infinite sum. We will discuss the meaning of this solution later during our next lesson, but here, in order to plot this solution, we have to truncate this infinite sum to keep, for example, only first 100 terms of the solution. We can easily do that using truncate sum function of Wolfram language, and here is the plot of the solution. As you can see, initially we have some temperature distribution in the system, but after some time, the system arrives to thermal equilibrium. To summarize, the heat equation is a fundamental PDE that describes how heat diffuses through a given region over time. The heat equation plays an essential role in physics, engineering, and mathematics as it models the temperature distribution in a given material or space. The heat equation represents the principle of energy conservation in mathematical form.